Alrighty, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Shout out to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. Shout out again to Generation Z. These are our new leaders coming up, and they letting their opinions and their voices be heard. So, excuse me. The Nepal government decided to shut down the internet. They shut down 26 social media sites, and Generation Z wasn't having it. My son is Generation Z, and if we lose the internet for even a second, he gonna be like, "Ain't no internet. We ain't got no internet." If we go in different areas, I'm like, we just driving through the area. It's gonna come back. Well, they thought they was gonna shut, and all hell broke out, and they let their voices be heard. Okay, shout out to Generation Z, but it turned into tragedy at the end. So on September 8th, 2025, for the first time in Nepal's political history, mass civilian deaths occur in an anti-corruption movement before Gen Z did their thing in Mexico. Shout out to Gen Z, that carried neither party banners nor ideological manifestos. Instead, the movement was driven by a leaderless network of young students, coordinated through digital platforms and united by frustration over corruption, censorship, and unaccountable governments. The state response constituted one of the most severe episodes of violence against civilians in Nepal's post 1990 democratic era. The gathering that day was widely expected to be nonviolent, given that it was consisting mostly of teenagers and students in school uniforms, and because public protest had long been an institutionalized feature of Nepalian civil society. Shout out to Generation B. Y'all did that thing, even though it ended in violence, and that violence came from the government. This was before the Gen Z protests in Mexico. Instead, it became the deadliest single day in Nepal's democratic history, claiming the lives of more young, unarmed civilians on a single day than during the entire 2006 pro democracy movement. By the end of September, at least 75 civilians had been confirmed unalive and over 2,000 injured. The majority of the fatalities resulted from gunshot wounds inflicted during clashes between demonstrators and security forces. Forensic and medical reports indicate that nearly all gunfire victims were struck above the waist, in the head, neck, and chest, strictly violating crowd control laws. Several deaths also occurred as a result of arson related incidents during the rioting, with victims trapped in government buildings, shops, and residential structures that were set ablaze. Emergency responders to reach affected during the daytime. Curfews paralyzed much of Kathmandu, and health facilities were overwhelmed by the influx of patients. Tear gas was deployed at the civil service hospital where victims were being brought for treatment, further worsening the humanitarian situation. What happened? Public dissent in Nepal reached a boiling point on September 4th after the government banned 26 social media platforms for failing to comply with its registration requirements. And see, what's going to happen? We're going to start paying for the internet. It won't be free anymore. The move was the final spark for a public already enraged. For months, a viral trend on social media had brought widespread attention and commentary on the strong disparity between the lavish lifestyles of politicians, corruption, their families. The public had long been frustrated by rampant corruption, unemployment, and human capital fight. Generation Z movement had already spread through Indonesia, Philippines, and Bangladesh. Do your thing, Generation Z, because the world is counting on y'all to get us out this bullshit that we in, because the old people time is up. Following a pattern seen across Southeast Asia, the online movement finally erupted in the streets of Nepal when the government pulled the plug on their primary means of expression. And they showed the fuck out. They showed did. The requirements for social media registration were rooted in the Social Media Management Directive 28 in November 2023 under the authority of the Electronic Transaction Act, which required digital platforms serving Nepal users to register locally by establishing a physical presence in the country and appointing grievance and compliance officers to monitor content and ensure legal accountability. So there we go. Here we go with censorship. Despite multiple warnings and diplomatic outreach, and most platforms did not meet, the registration deadline was August 28, 2025. Officials framed the shutdown as a long overdue regulatory intervention, arguing that unregistered platforms had to become breeding grounds for hate speech, coordinated misinformation campaigns, online harassment, and content that could incite violence. However, critics said the ban went too far beyond registration and silencing. As anger moved from social media to the streets, several locations across Kathmandu Valley quickly became the main areas of confrontation. The protests began at Maglar Mandela, a major roundabout and a site of public demonstrations. So, the protests September 8th, 9 a.m. Thousands of young protesters began gathering at Mathagamandu in central Kathmandu to rally. 10 to 11 as crowds grew and protests marched east toward New Bangshire singing patriotic songs along the way. By 11:35, demonstrators breached the first police barricades, prompting security forces to deploy water cannons, tear gas. Let me see, I'm not going to read all this. What's up, Money Low? Oh, maybe you can come up here and tell me about this, but I want to finish this article. I'm gonna put the link. Let me see if you can grab this so you could tell me about maybe this link will work. I done dropped the damn thing. Oh my god. Let me see. Hey, IBK. Okay, there you go. if you can click it. So anyway, again, shout out to Gen fuck messed up by the government officials, but in the aftermath of the protest, the Army invited representatives of Generation Movement. Shout out to y'all. See if you can click that link Money Low. During the meeting, Chief of Staff Ashko Signal mentioned businessman Durga Parsha um, prompted several Generation Z representatives, including Rack Shaban, to walk out. I stated outside Army headquarters that the Army chief had instructed them to meet the president and participate in negotiations. She said the delegates believed that being grouped with them would undermine the credibility of the movement, so they refused to vote and left the meeting. Good for you guys. Good for you. Shortly after, on Discord server called Youth Against Corruption with over 145,000 members. Generations, my son is 22, that's Generation Z. 145,000 of y'all, more than 10,000 users met virtually to debate potential candidates through hours of discussion, multiple polls, and the use of sub channels for fact checking. 5 names were shortlisted: Harkay Sampage, a social activist, and Mayor Duran; Mabar Pond, a popular social entrepreneur and activist running the National Innovation Center; Sakar Deko, an independent youth leader; advocate Rashta Bishan; and former Chief Justice Shuki. Hey, therapy, what up? What up? How y'all doing? It's not letting you in again. I mean, I'm sure it was sad. It was whatever you wanted to let me know. Let me try it again, cause I'm not understanding. Because that day that wait a minute, that day that you said you couldn't get in, therapy was able to come up. So I'm not. I can do. I'm gonna put it in again and see. I'm thinking it's you, money. Yep, that's the same one. Yep, I'm thinking it's you, money low. Okay. They were adamant about staying within constitutional bounds. Gen Z youth were frustrated over what they saw as unnecessary delays, with differences centering on whether or when to dissolve Parliament. Upon her recommendation, Puyo dissolved the 275-seat Parliament and set elections for March 5th, 2026. Gen Z, y'all did y'all thing. Y'all did your thing. Approximately 2 years earlier than planned, the immediate appointment of former Chief Justice to the Prime Minister's office triggered a constitutional dispute, as the decision raised a contradiction with Article 132 of the Constitution of Nepal. Wow, I'm not gonna read all this, but we got a gist. Generation Z did their thing. They had a meeting, but it did turn violent. When they took down them 26 social media sites, they got down. So this gonna be a quick video. Hold on. Now damn, now I have, where's my Nepal folder? Nepal, because I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to get out. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure I got all this. Okay, cool. And I ain't got but a few, about 5 videos and I'm off, so this gonna be a short one. Thank God. This Generation Z. They thought they was gonna shut down that internet. Generation Z's like, hell no, the fuck you not. And they got it in. I know, Airhon 28. I ain't got up there to change the fucking battery. Oh, here. I can tune out anything, so no, it don't bother me because I can tune. I don't even hear it. No, I don't. I don't have a. But y'all keep telling me about doing it wrong. Look at the young people. Shout out to the young people. Shout out to the young people. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all getting it in. Y'all getting fucked up in the process, but y'all getting it in. But that's what comes with any type of protest. You know, you got to be willing to give your life for what you believe in. I certainly believe in that. Chaotic. Oh, shoot. After these protests, the Prime Minister KP Sharma Ola resigned. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all got them out. And y'all got y'all internet back too. Possibly size fury Kathmandu. Yesterday went under siege. Today empowered, emboldened. Its social media restrictions. The Prime Minister resigned, but it wasn't enough. These young people defied the country. Their fight for something far deeper and more entrenched.
It was about dismantling symbols of the ruling elite. Politicians would through the streets. Some attempt. It felt like a government in retreat.
This protest is not against the social media ban. It is against the big corruption that these ministers have done for the past 2 decades. We were suppressed. Now we have our voice.
Homes were burned, police stations targeted too. And here, the very heart of government in flames.
Centre of political power where lawmakers pass legislation. But look at it now. It has been burnt. Protesters here. And what's so striking is we haven't seen any police, any security forces.
After years of fermenting frustration over social inequality and corruption, they declared this the beginning of a revolution. Gleefully clutching mementos of the political class they feel has failed them for so long.
Things have shifted quite fast here. Protesters have now stormed into the stairs and they're trying.
Shout out to Generation Z. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all got the Prime Minister to resign. Wow.
And fires too. They want to make
They have given us open challenge. They have given the open challenge to Gen Z. They have given the open challenge to the 21st century Gen Z.
Are you worried about 19 people already have died?
I think to gain something, you have to lose something.
That's
They are
right.
patriot for us.
They hope they're on the cusp of victory. Revolution or reckoning, it is a powder keg for Nepal, both perilous and pivotal. Indeed, Sky News, Kathmandu.
Y'all did y'all thing, young people. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all got the Prime Minister to resign. It was casualties. I'm proud of y'all. So they stormed the Parliament building. This is just a video of the destruction. That must be the Parliament. Well, shoot, I thought it was gonna show. Oh, this ain't none. Alright, well, I'm gonna let this one go. One more video after this. Now, I don't know what the hell happened here. I guess this was part, this the last video. Oh, this is the leaders. They got a hold to the leaders, I guess. Oh, this is when they stormed the parliament. Well, shout out to Generation Z. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all got the prime minister to resign. Y'all did y'all thing. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Shout out to my new subscribers. I need to delete that. All right. One more comment. Yeah, you know what I am.